I also put myself right here because now everything is perfect, aligned with text boxes is right next to me, and I won't be covering up anyone, any character, or anything like that. All right, so last time we got Yuri out of the hospital, or she got herself out of the hospital, and we are now back on track, and hopefully get Yuri to be better, be happier, and all that. Yeah, okay, so a lot of the last part of last episode was mainly us seeing that Monica was still trying to manipulate things behind the scenes, but she couldn't anymore. She did not have access to the usual game console that she would have originally. And so she starts messing with Yuri, and she starts messing with Sayori and Natsuki, basically telling Yuri was taking a long time in the bathroom, inclining that she would have, played her arm like a violin with a sharp object, and then messing with Sayori and saying that, listen to the voices in your head, which were depressive and self-harming. So, you know what? We don't like Monica around these parts anymore. That's what we are. She sounds great. Oh, she's lovely, for sure. And I think that's where we're gonna... that's a cool part, because a lot of the mods don't usually have an antagonist. It's more of like an actual just casual story where to see, hey, you know what? You have a couple choices. Let's see where the game takes you with these choices. And there, it's actually, hey, yo, there's a bad guy on the field, but she kind of is obsessed with the player character, and she does not want the player character to fall in love with the depressive character, so she tries to fuck up the depressive character so that you won't want to go with the depressive character anymore. Getting back into things, I groan as I sluggishly move my arm over to shut my alarm off. I stayed up pretty late last night, though it wasn't because I was playing games or anything. Okay, well, it was technically a lie. I stayed over at Sayori's a lot later than usual because her mother was working late. We worked on assignments together and then decided to relax with some party games she had. I always kept reassuring her that I'd be fine and not too tired, but this is probably going to be hard to keep up with. My eyes already seem to be closing themselves as my mind wanders. Sayori's mom usually leaves early in the morning, so there is a short time where she's by herself. It's hard to try and trust that Sayori will be okay in such a short amount of time, which feels so messed up to think about, but I can't really help it. Even thinking about the nights sends chills down my spine. Ah, okay, gotcha, understood. I shake my head. It's a bit of an overkill, if I have to say. In any case, I'm sure she's still sleeping. She's been getting a tad better at waking up at the right time. Over these past few days, I still have to wake her. Not that I mind, of course. Making sure she's okay is my #1 priority. To my surprise, Yuri is already outside beyond my front porch. Good morning, Bob. Did I surprise you? Yeah, you did, actually. With how late we stayed up last night, I'm surprised you're as early up as I am. I'm just excited for today's poem presentation. I made sure it was really good this time. Poem? Oh, God, I didn't write any poem. I completely forgot. Got the voices. I'm sorry. I like this part. Shut up. Bob, you said you'd work on it after you went home. Did I say that? Whoops. Fair enough, honestly. Yeah, thank you. Well, it's no big deal. I'll just talk to Monica and she'll... Are you forgetting who you're talking to, Bob? Oh, don't tell me you're serious. I am the vice president of the club. You should remember to take it more seriously. Yuri tries her hardest to sound tough and intimidating, but if I'm being honest with myself, it only makes her cuter than she already is. She cracks a smile. I knew you weren't being serious. Huh? I am being serious. I have to punish you for this. Oh, what are you gonna do? Take away my video games? Yeah, maybe. I didn't think that far ahead yet. You're adorable, Sayori. Now, we should probably head out before we're late. I gently brush my hand through her hair and throw my backpack over my shoulders. That is the worst punishment, I will say. As a kid, we all know those late nights when we were as a kid, when we had the Nintendo under our pillow. We all know those nights, and then you quickly had to close your screen in the hope that the music didn't continuously play from Mario Kart while you close it. Still do. Yeah, that's good stuff. That's nostalgia. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. We've only just started catching up. Oh, she doesn't seem to mind either way. By the way, did you take your pills this morning? Yep, can't forget those. Good to hear. As we reach the main entrance, Yuri suddenly jolts a little and reaches into her bag out of her cell phone. Out of her cell phone, right. What's up, Sari? My therapist just messaged me. Oh, about what? She says she won't be able to make the session later today, so she pushed it up the same time as the club meeting. Oh, I'm sure it'll be okay, Sari. I can let Monica know to hold off on the poem presentations. Plus, that gives me time to work on my own. You do that for me? Of course, and it's a little bit for myself, you know. Don't worry about a thing, Yuri. Besides, this session would be much better for you anyway. Well, if you think so, then I guess it's okay. I'm just a little worried about Monica. What if Yuri and Natsuki fight again? It might be too much for her to handle alone. Sure, it'll be fine. A moment like that won't happen again, I'm sure. Like I said, don't worry. I'm sure she can handle things just fine. All right, Bob. Thank you for looking out for me. Anytime, Siri. What else are friends for? Right. Friends. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. I nearly snagged myself in the face right in front of her. It didn't really occur to me how a harmless statement like that could completely make or break her day. I do really suck at this stuff. Before I have a chance to say anything, Siri grabs my arm. Serious about your poem, though. You got lucky. All right. Won't happen again, boss. Glad to hear it, then. Acknowledgement is a problem is a first step of solving it. It isn't that deep. But whatever puts a smile on your face, it does. Now let's head to class. Without Yuri here, I wonder if I should have bothered coming at all. The poem presentations are cancelled for today anyway, so what else should I be doing here? Yuri did ask me to spend more time with the others, which in all honesty is kind of a strange request. Surely she understands why that's hard to do. Sneak a peek through the window. Natsuki and Yuri are both standing near the front of the room having a conversation between themselves. Yeah, easier said than done, Sayori. Plus, if I talk to one of them, one feel left out. Oh, I hear my phone vibrate as I take it out of my pocket. Remember to spend some time with the others too, okay? Jeez, I guess I really don't have a choice. Speaking of the others though, I wonder where Monica is. Before heading in, I overhear some of their conversation. She's kind of awkward sometimes, you know? Like, I don't mean to be a bad person or anything.
You're not. It's okay. Even I myself don't know how to deal with this feeling.
Just let the club room door open and let myself in. Hey guys, how's it going? I nervously scratch my head. Sup, Bob?
Good afternoon. Is Yuri going to be absent today?
Damn, Yuri's voice sure is something. I mean, I can only do my best in trying to express how I think she would sound. But yeah. Also, if you haven't noticed by now, look who's on my shirt. Look what kind of watch is on my wrist. It's not like... I will try my best for this woman every single second of my life. I am blind. All right, so let me explain to you. This is a Yuri shirt. One of the first shirt designs of this one that has ever come out officially from the Team Salvato. And this is a limited edition Yuri watch that came all the way from Japan. I had to pay the big bucks for that, but it was worth it. Anyway. Oh, you didn't know? I would have assumed Monica would have mentioned it. Poem presentation postponed as a result. Aw, what? That sucks. I was hoping to show you guys how much I've improved.
Same here.
Oh, and Monica. Late as usual, I guess. She hasn't texted us anything. Well, she responded earlier. She told me that she'd let you all know, and what was it about? Alright, so what's the plan then? What? Me? What do you expect me to do? Well, Sayori's vice. Surely she would have relayed some sort of plan to you or something. Yes, you are a Yuri simp. Yes, 100%. I will not decline that statement in any way, shape, or form. Natsuki, Yuri can barely make plans for her own breakfast. You don't expect her to make up an actual plans for the club, do you? Psh, yeah, I guess you have a point. All right, it's whatever. I'm going to read over there just now. Just call me when you need me. Sure, Natsuki. Natsuki walks off to her usual reading spot, leaving me with Yuri looking as timid as ever.
If it's any consolation, I don't think it's bad that you didn't have any backup plans for us. And I surely don't expect Yuri to have any plans for us either. It's not her responsibility, it's Monica's.
Yeah, it's all right though. I can understand why Natsuki would be a little annoyed at that. And just being honest, I didn't even know if that was worth showing up today, considering the poem presentations were all canceled.
It's a good thing you still did. Otherwise, I would have been stuck here with Natsuki. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. I quite enjoy talking with her sometimes.
Glance over to Natsuki's reading spot. She doesn't seem to have noticed her name being mentioned. I'm somewhat relieved about that. Yep, I understand. There's no need to explain yourself. Suddenly, the club room door slides open fiercely. Dyslexia moment. Oh, she has bags under her eyes.
Sorry I'm late, everyone. I got caught up with a few things.
Late is an understatement. You didn't even let us know Yuri wasn't going to be here or not. Nor did you tell us that poem presentation would be cancelled.
Sorry, Natsuki. It's tough managing all this stuff sometimes, you know?
You don't think that maybe you should take a little break? I mean, you look pretty tired.
Me? Tired? Not a chance.
This isn't anything. I'm not used to it. It's just a busy week. Although I could use a nice relaxing club session today. So I guess it works out that we don't have to present poems. Damn, she looked tired. Yeah. Like I said, the expressions of the characters have been like improved. They got multiple expressions now, like more than the base game. I love that. Yeah, I could use that today too, now that I think about it.
Same for me as well. I enjoy getting to know Bob a little more.
Ah, Monica's eyes seem to glint. Don't try and steal Bob away from Yuri now.
Monica.
Now that was a good one. Natsuki and Monica walk off towards the front of the club room, leaving me with a very red Yuri. Yuri? It's alright. It's just a joke.
You don't actually believe I'd do that to her, do you?
No, of course not. Honestly, the joke wasn't very funny. I don't really get why being close or friends with you is weird since I'm friends with them too, aren't I?
Close friends? You consider us close?
I'd probably jump the gun there, but I'd like to be your friend. The close friend would be even better.
I'm sorry. Would you excuse me for a moment?
What? But what did I... Without stopping, Yuri hurries out of the club room without a second thought. Hey, what did you say to her? What? Nothing! Natsuki storms up to me and stands with her, on her tiptoes, getting close to my face. What did you do, dummy? You made her run off again. No, I didn't say anything. You guys were the ones who made that joke. Me, I didn't have to do any of that.
What's going on here? What are you two fighting about?
Well, Yuri ran off again. Bob thinks it was because of the joke you made. Nodded my head in agreement, hopefully to take more of the blame off of me.
Ugh, she always does this, doesn't she?
Monica whispers, but just loud enough for both Natsuki and I to hear it. Yeah, she does. Not that I'm worried or anything. Just wish I knew exactly what it was about. Wait, you don't think this is about long bathroom breaks? No, you big dummy. You don't think I would have figured that out by now? I don't know what it really is, though. Honestly, I think she just got bored with the club. She's always acting so high and mighty around me. Well, have you two gone and looked for her? You both seem to agree that this isn't the first time this has happened. Well, no, of course not.
Well, I don't really think it's necessary. I already talked to her about yesterday. Surely she'll remember what I told her.
As I was saying, no, I haven't gone to check on her. I don't want to seem like a creep or anything, but aren't you two friends? Why don't we all just go look for her together?
That doesn't sound any better. Imagine if you were just minding your own business and then suddenly an entire group shows up to ask what you're up to.
Yeah, alright, good point. Look, in the end, it's Yuri's personal business anyway. But I just wish she could explain herself before running off like that. Take a moment to gather my thoughts. Natsuki won't look for her because she doesn't feel like interfering with Yuri's personal stuff. And Monica is wholly convinced that this is a bathroom thing. She did talk to her yesterday, after all. So neither of you want to go look for her? The two girls shake their head. Well, would it make you feel any better if I went to go look for her? And what are you going to do? Knock on the bathroom door and ask how's it going in there? Well, not exactly. When you put it like that, it sounds stupid. Jeez, you never think these things through, do you? Hey, I was just spitballing here. Yeah, I remind you what happened in the closet that one time? Monica snickers to herself. Point taken. Look, just knock on a door, and if nobody answers, come back. Sound easy enough? Sure, I'll do that then. Ooh. Ooh, I like that. The muffled sound of the music. I walk out into the now empty hallway. I overhear Monica asking Natsuki for more context on the closet incident, and I can't help but sigh in embarrassment. Either way, it doesn't matter now. I've got other priorities. I kind of expected other students or teachers to be around, but it seems a little more emptier than usual. Strange. Walk over to the woman's bathroom. I knock on her door a few times. Oh, I don't think Yuri would be the type to call out that she's in the bathroom. Yuri, it's Bob. You doing all right? Pray and hope to God that nobody else besides Yuri is in here. Again, no response. She's not in the restroom, then where else could she be? I walk back towards the club room and glass through the window. Monica and Natsuki seems to be distracted. I quickly duck under the windows and keep walking down the hallway towards another classroom. She couldn't have gone far. It's quite a walk to get from here to the library. But if Natsuki's theory is correct, maybe that's where she goes if she gets bored. But Yuri never comes across as a type to just ditch people like that. So maybe that's just how Natsuki sees her. As I continue walking, I see a door slightly open. I gently push it open and... oh god. Bob, no! Yuri's holding a blade in her right hand, and her left arm is full of fresh cuts. She scrambles to hide the knife in her blazer before closing her eyes and running past me. What the hell? I can only stare into the empty classroom in shock. Drops of blood are on the floor and on the desk she was near. I never would have imagined that this is what she was running off to go do? Should I go tell Monica? Natsuki? What do I do? I'm not qualified to handle something like this at all. Turn around and walk into the hallway. Now I am extremely conflicted. I either go and find where Yuri went or return to the club room and act as if nothing happened. Or should I tell them? All of this seem like horrible ideas, but I'm not equipped to handle something like that. Bob, where are you? Shoot. I walk out of the classroom and see Natsuki down the hallway, already heading down towards the restroom. Hey, over here. Try my best to act natural, which probably only makes my behavior seem more erratic. No luck, huh? I assume you tried the bathroom then? Yeah, no response from her. Decided to check this room too. Man, maybe she just went over to the library then. She just booked it, wouldn't you agree? Idiot. Sure, Bob. The joke was so bad it wasn't even worth acknowledging. Right. Natsuki gives me a confused stare before turning around. Well, if she's not concerned about us, we won't be concerned about her. Easy. You coming back? Oh yeah, I just have to use the little boys' room. Little boys' room? What the fuck am I saying? God, you're so weird. Even weirder than usual. Just hurry back, idiot. Natsuki walks back down the hallway and enters the club room. Usually, I would be very much against her being the hothead, but in this situation, it is entirely, accurate. I head back towards the restrooms and pretend to enter the men's bathroom. Once the coast is absolutely clear, I walk to the girls' restroom and place my ear against the door. That's not weird at all. So let's just make the situation weirder than it already is. They're faint, and I'm hearing very light sobs coming from the other side. God, this is really hard. What do I do? I really don't want her to hurt herself, though, and if I don't do something... Gently knock on the door. Yuri, you okay?
Silence, which is about what I expected. So now I've got two choices. Either enter the bathroom and risk embarrassing her even more, or return to the club. Okay, in this I would have liked to have an option. Because in this situation, all right, what I would do is just, we know she's in there. Or it's just some other girl in there that, you know, is crying because of reasons, or a guy. Could even be a guy, I don't know. I'm not doing this whole gender thing. And just tell her, hey, I want you to know, it's okay. I won't do anything you don't want me to. Or tell anything you don't want me to tell. And then move on with life. We don't go in. This will go terrible. Screw it. Yuri, I'm going in, okay? As I slowly open the door, a metallic clang echoes throughout the bathroom. Oh. Hello, Yuri. Yuri's down on her knees, a bloody knife lay in front of her. Jesus, nah, that's Yuri. Her entire body is shivering violently. The left arm is completely exposed and dripping with blood. Each cut looks like it's just happened mere seconds ago, which is probably the case. Seeing Yuri like this... God help me. I can't feel my body. Look up to see Yuri's face covered in tears, while her entire body exudes a sense of intense stiffness. Yuri, that's all I can say. Her eyes opening up to meet my gaze leaves me completely speechless. We stare at each other like this for a while. Slowly start walking towards her. Stop! Stay away from me! I do as she says, mostly out of fear. I feel completely powerless in this situation. It was probably a mistake to even come here in the first place. That's what I told you! Anyway, can't get mad over a scripted NPC. I bet you think I'm a freak now, don't you? It's not my fault, I swear. I just can't help it. It's the only way I know how to feel better. Yuri closes her eyes and continues to shiver intensely. She begins to whisper to herself. I don't want to die. Make it stop. Against my own judgment, I walk over and kneel down next to Yuri at eye level. Close my eyes and hold my breath. Place my hand on her shoulder. Her eyes chilled open and she looks directly at me. Bob. Yeah, it's just me. I'm sorry if me being in the girl's bathroom makes this a little strange. Yuri's body slowly stops shivering. She shakingly moves her right hand to roll her sleeve back down. I really hoped nobody would ever see me like this. Yet I always knew. She chokes up on her words. I always knew. Somebody would have found out. But why did it have to be you? Sorry, I didn't mean for it to come out like that. It's just, you've all got so many things to deal with. I feel awful that you had to see me like this. Am I the only one who knows about this? Make sure to keep my voice low and gentle. She only nods in response. That's not only a nod in response. I don't want anyone else to see the person I truly am. Natsuki will think I'm a freak. Monica will think I'm a freak. Everyone will think that about me. She won't want to talk with me anymore. Who? Natsuki? She nods. Not just Natsuki, you, Sayori, Monica. You're all the closest friends I've ever had. I don't want to lose any of you. That's not going to happen. I already accepted you for who you are. This won't change anything. You're still my friend, and I'm sure Natsuki and the others would understand as well. Yuri stares at me, her tears glistening under the bathroom lightning. I don't think you'd understand. I need help. I don't think I can stop on my own. This isn't something I'd like to keep doing to myself. I'm afraid of the things I do to myself. But I really can't help it. Ever since I was a little girl, I would be punished for doing the things I loved. You see, I never once got a chance to truly express myself. I was always afraid to do so, because even my parents would judge me for it. Surely, everyone else will. In my parents' eyes, I wasn't the perfect girl they wanted me to be. Eventually, it got to a point where I didn't want to show myself to anybody. I always pushed people away because I'm ashamed of who I really am. It's why I ran away from you, even though I knew in my heart that was futile. But you shared your love for horror inside the club. You always seemed so confident and relaxed whenever you talked about it. It felt comfortable around you guys. The club in general, Monica made it a place where I felt I could finally reveal a part of my true self to others. But you saw how truly awful I can be sometimes.
What are you talking about?
That fight with Natsuki, I really should not have gone that angry.
That doesn't make you an awful person, Yuri. It makes you normal.
Normal? You still don't understand, Bob. I cut myself in order to feel relief. Cut myself to release all the built-up tension I have inside. I'm afraid people will leave me because nobody wants to deal with someone like me. And at the same time, that creates even more tension and anxiety that I can only solve by cutting. It got to the point where any intense emotions would entice me to cut myself. Without doing so, I would probably break down. Whenever I felt too happy, too sad, scared, angry, Yuri's lips begin to quiver intensely. I just want to tear my arms apart.
Yuri screams out and lets her sobs echo throughout the bathroom. Her mind feels like it's running a mile a minute, yet not a single word comes to mind about any of this. Are you okay? What can I do to help? I'm here for you. None of these typical statements feel right anymore.
This doesn't feel right.
What?
I shouldn't be telling you any of this. I messed up, like I always do. I don't need your help. You can't help me. Surely you know that by now. But no matter what you do or say, Bob, I'm too far gone. I messed up by telling you. I already know what people are going to say. They say I'm just a freak, an attention-seeking girl who doesn't deserve a single lick of it. But the only thing they'll get wrong is, I don't want attention. I just want to be left alone.
Yuri's body language, along with her words, tell me everything I need to know. This isn't just her telling me about her deepest secrets. She's telling this to herself. They're exactly the same words that she told herself plenty of times before. I can feel it. No amount of self-intuition is going to help me save the situation.
You really should get back to the club, Bob. Natsuki and Monica are waiting for you. You tell them I'm quitting the literature club.
No way. I'm not leaving you here like this. Yuri suddenly slams her injured arm against the wall, causing drops of blood to splutter out from her sleeve.
Leave me alone, Bob.
Yuri starts crying softly, a clear indication that she doesn't want to talk anymore. Leaving her here on the bathroom floor like this is, well, it's not even an option. Yuri, I don't know how to help you. You're right about that. But I do know that walking away from this is a bad idea, and it would make me a bad friend.
No, it wouldn't. It's what I want.
It's not impossible for you to be wrong either.
Come on.
Deep down inside, I know that you don't want to walk away from this. You told me yourself that you hate having to resort to that stuff to feel better.
You don't understand, Bob. I can't be helped.
Yes, you can. I know you can. Because I'm already witnessing it firsthand.
What do you mean?
Think back to the weekend where Yuri was away from school, recovering. Well, Yuri told me something that I don't think I've thought much up until now. She told me acknowledging a problem is the first step to solving that problem. Sure, the situations are wildly different, and I might even be making a mistake by using this as an example, but I don't think she's wrong.
No, she isn't wrong. But she's still recovering. You and I both know she hasn't really gotten through this.
I'm sorry, I'm not very good at handling this type of thing. The point is, I think you've already made a very important step towards improving yourself. Even if it doesn't feel like it, I guess. Look, I care. We all care about you. Me being here should be enough proof of that. I don't have some magical solution to any of this, but I can be here for you, as your friend. I guarantee the others would be the same. Yuri stays completely silent. Come on, Yuri. I'm not leaving this bathroom until you feel better.
You don't hate me?
Oh, of course not. It's very much the opposite. After all of this, you're still my friend. And even if I didn't accidentally walk in on you today, I'd still be more than happy to discuss different types of novels with you.
But why? Why would you go so far for me? because that's what friends do. Smile lightly to offer my hand to her. She sniffles and shakily takes my hand. Shakily, excuse me. I help her off the floor, only for her to stumble a bit. I gotcha. You're alright now. I actually saw your VOD the other night and really loved your energy. Thanks for this stream and I hope you're enjoying so far. Oh, Gizguy, yeah, I noticed that you followed and I was like 10 hours ago. I didn't stream 10 hours ago. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Yeah, for sure. Wait, hold on a sec. There's no way you're like in some sort of developer for this game, are you? Wait. I am? Oh my god, that's so sick. Dude, I want you to know that the moment Salvation came out, not the remake, Salvation, the original, I played that shit and I enjoyed it. But yeah, no, that's awesome, dude. Just a regular guy and nothing special. I don't want to say I know you're not nothing special. I know we're all just guys around these parts, but like, damn. I'm happy you enjoy my stuff. Yeah. I drew the first few CG tool. I was only a beginner, so I know they aren't that great. Dude, don't even worry about that. I'm pretty sure the original character designer had like a couple years, if not a decade of experience on actually drawing. So just getting up and to draw when you've never had any experience to do something like this and having them end up like that, like the Sayori in the hospital bed CG and the Yuri against the wall CG that we just saw, were actually not terrible. I could not do something like that. Oh, for sure not. No. But that's awesome, man. Thank you for being here. I'm gonna read a little bit more. I hope do some justice to these voices, to these characters. Without thinking, I wrap my arms around her, hoping that this would add some more credibility to my words. I hear a slight gasp. She slowly raises her arms to hug back. I still don't understand how any of this works. I've never had a friendship like this before. But if this is what it feels like... She stays silent for a little while. Yuri Jufei made a whole mod around Sayori? That's nuts. She stays silent for a little while. You feeling alright now? Yeah. Now let's get back to the club. Sound okay? I let go of Yuri and let out a sigh, almost as if I'd been holding my breath the entire time. I think I'm going to head home for now. The club meeting is almost over anyway. Oh, you sure? She slowly nods and smiles. Yes, I think I'll be okay. I think I have a good idea of what to write in my poem for tomorrow's meeting then. It's good to hear, Yuri. If you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to give me a call or shoot me a text. Alright. Yuri, still shaking slightly, wipes away her tears and pulls out her cell phone. I follow suit and open up my contacts. It's a surprise I've never added Yuri into my phone, but we weren't that close at first. We quickly exchange numbers and put our phones away. So, I guess we should get out of here, huh? This looks kind of strange. Yes, you're right. Let's leave. As I get ready to walk out, Yuri slowly bends down and picks up her blade. She carefully observes it before letting out a heavy sigh. She gracefully walks over to the bathroom sink and delicately washes it. It becomes obvious that this blade represents so much more to her than I would have guessed. Now is not really my place to question it. She reaches into her blazer pockets and pulls out a leather sheath and gently puts her blade away. She lets out a sigh as she rolls up her sleeve back up again, revealing the blood-stained arm that's been bleeding profusely. As I prepare myself to offer to help, she's already cleaning her wounds with so much care and proficiency, it's obvious now that she's been doing this for a while. I hear her wince softly in silence of the bathroom, but she never looks back my way. She grabs a bundle of paper towels, wraps her arms up, and rolls her sleeve back down. Quickly turn away and head out the door, not before checking if anybody's around. Someone lashing out at me for being in this girl's bathroom is probably the last thing I need right now. Walk a short distance away from the bathroom as I wait for Yuri to come out. So, I guess I'll be seeing you then. Yuri only nods and smiles. What about your bags? You okay with leaving them in the club? I'll message Monica to keep them safe for me until tomorrow. She actually doesn't question me too much. Alright then, take care of yourself. Let out a sigh and place my face into my palms. How do I keep finding myself in situations like these?
Big mood. Big fucking mood. I walk back into the club room, trying my best to look as normal as possible. Well, about time. Hey, whatever happened to me letting people do their thing, huh?
Allow me to point out that taking 2 long bathroom breaks is the entire reason why we're all concerned in the first place. So you can imagine that this feels like some sort of this feels like some form of betrayal.
Okay, Monica, it's not that serious. Look, the point is, I got seriously bored here just talking to Monica about school and whatnot. Gotta be honest with you, Prez. I thought you'd have plenty of more things to talk about that didn't involve school.
School's been really exhausting lately. You know how crazy things can get for me, you know?
Yeah, alright, I guess that's fair. We should hang out some more then.
Huh? Hang out? Like, outside of school?
Duh. What else do you think that means, dummy?
Right. Yes, I would enjoy that.
Monica appears utterly bewildered by Natsuki's offer. Can't really tell if it's because it's not really something Natsuki would do or something else entirely. Besides, I need a breath of fresh air, speaking figuratively, of course. I'd like to hang out with someone who'll actually listen to me for once.
I thought you and Yuri already hung out with each other. Or are you talking about your other friends?
Oh, well, yeah, but... Wait, what do you mean other friends? You've never met them.
Oh, right. I guess I assumed you had other friends or something.
Well, I do, but... Whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna head back home now. I don't want to be late.
You don't want to wait for Yuri? See if she turns up?
I'll give her a call when I get home. I can't really stick around for much longer. Natsuki quickly throws her bag around her shoulder and swiftly exits the room. Well, that sure was interesting. Monica's demeanor suddenly changes.
Interesting is one way to put it. I got a text message from Yuri just a few minutes ago, right before you returned. Is there anything you'd like to tell me, Bob?
Crap! Natsuki and I figured out that Yuri ended up going to the library instead of the club because she was bored.
Okay, and do you know anything else?
Not really. What's with these questions, Monica? Are you accusing me of something?
And why are you acting so defensive? The truth is, I'm growing more and more concerned with Yuri's behavior. It's not really the club material.
Club material? What does that mean? Never even brought up for the first time I joined. Why is that being brought up now?
What I meant is, if you're not going to bother showing up for most of the club meeting, then why bother being in it at all?
As much as I hate to admit it, she's got a point. Not really fair for any of the others. At the same time, they have no idea what's going on with her. What makes it so much worse is that Yuri seemed pretty convinced that Monica is going to ask so many questions. Well, why bring this up with me? You should talk to her about it.
I'm asking you because you and Natsuki are the only ones that have been really talking with her these past few days. I was just wondering if you had any insight on the matter. It's my job to look out for my club members, you know?
Right. Well, I hope things work out then. I'd rather not have her get kicked out of the club or whatever the consequences of not being the club material are. It means a lot to her. Trust me.
I will be sure to have a talk with her. Then. Take care, Bob, and say hi to Yuri for me when you see her.
I smile and nod and gather my things. Do you need anything? Well, and do you need any help with anything before I go?
Oh, no, I'm good. Thanks for asking, though. You've really improved your proactiveness, Bob. You know how, always wanting to help and making sure everything's going well. You've come a long way since your first time you stepped in through those doors. Sayori would be proud.
Oh, thanks, I guess. Speaking of Sayori, though, you seem pretty worried about you not being able to handle the club by yourself today. Told her not to worry and have a little faith in you. Seems I was right.
Oh, did she really say that? Well, I'm glad she thinks so. I'm a bit of a workaholic, I guess.
Okay then. Well, have a good afternoon.
You too.
Yeah, let's go. I don't fucking trust Monica. As I make my way back home, I see a familiar face sitting on my doorstep.
Surprise! I waited for you here. Hopefully that wasn't too weird or anything.
Sayori's bruise is completely bare and out in the open, which is strange to me. Ever since the incident, she's always insisted on covering it up, even around me. Her having it out definitely means something significant occurred today. Not weird at all. School was stressful, so this is the highlight of my day. How'd the session go?
I'm sorry to hear that. School can be pretty lame sometimes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure with the other girls around to keep you company, it wasn't bad at all.
Well, I didn't really have much of a choice, but sure.
How were they, by the way?
I get a brief flash of Yuri's arm. About what you would expect. All of them were doing their own thing. Nothing out of the ordinary or anything.
Ah, I see.
She's not buying that, is she?
Ah, your session. Oh, right, the session was a good one. It was all about facing the past.
I see. Let's head inside and talk more about this, okay? Actually, even with all that time I've been spending with her recently, a question like this still feels really strange to ask. I was wondering if you stay the night. If that's okay with you and your mom, of course. I don't want to push past any boundaries, you know?
Oh, well, I don't know, Bob. I don't want to impose.
Oh, no, I mean, I insist. I want to hear about your day. Maybe watch a movie or something. For old time's sake.
Okay, yeah, that sounds pretty fun.
I internally sigh in relief and open up the door to let her inside. But that relief is then replaced with some slight self-doubts. This is the right thing to do, right? Inviting her over to spend the night takes on a very different context when you're both young adults and not children. I shake my head. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hormones. Pfft, you can brush those off. That's just normal teenage stuff. What are you talking about? Right. Back in Monica's little world. Here we go.
Okay, now all I have to do is wait. I'm just a bit confused as to why Natsuki is even able to ask me something like that. And even Bob. As far as I know, the code doesn't extend beyond a few scenes. I really should take her up on her offer though, just to see what would happen. My phone vibrates, and to my surprise, she's responded back to me. Okay, I'll be there, it reads. I lock my phone and place my face in my palms. Why is this happening now, out of all the times it could have happened? My control diminishes every single day, and there's nothing I can do about it. I wince at the pain and grab my arm. My eyes jerk open in shock. This pain, it almost feels just like... Am I somehow feeling her through the script? No matter how hard I try, I can't get used to these flashes. It's so loud and terrifying. I slowly raise my hand up and wave it in the air. A simple but sharp-looking blade appears and drops on the desk next to me. Why am I still able to do things like this? It just doesn't make any sense. How is it that I have control over a smaller aspects of the game, but not what I actually need? Slowly pick up the knife. I gently lift up my sleeve, up to my elbow, take a deep breath. Slowly drift the blade into my skin, immediately tearing it open and allowing my own blood to seep through the surface. I wince in pain, and I feel a sensation I've never felt before. As I move the knife down, cut more skin, tears begin to form under my eyes. But not from the pain. The pain that I'm feeling now is nothing what I'm already doing though. My blood starts dripping onto the desk and onto my clothes. The body instinctively wants me to stop, but I just can't. It's absolutely exhilarating. My hand finally gives way and lets go of the blade. God, so that's how that feels. I don't think I'm ever going to do that again. I can't fall into the same trap as she did. I'm supposed to be the responsible one. I don't even know what it means anymore. But if I decide to really end it all, I'll at least know there'll be nothing compared to this hell. But no, I can't give up. Not when I know you're still here. Another line of code slices at me, leaving me absolutely winded. To try to recover, I hear some soft footsteps getting closer each second. I quickly scramble my bag to find some papers and cover up my bloodstains. Despite the pain, I quickly roll down my sleeve and wait patiently for Yuri. She shyly walks in. I already start looking around for her things. Hey Yuri, sorry for making you walk all the way back here again. I just don't think I'd be able to handle your things overnight. I didn't want someone to steal anything vulnerable or anything, you know? Oh, it's quite alright, Monica. I wasn't too far from school grounds anyway. What's the matter, Yuri? Something on your mind? Oh, nothing. You're not the best at hiding things, are you? Monica, I really don't think I know what you're talking about. I point to her left arm, which makes her hide it almost instantly. What? Yeah, I know all about it. That's not exactly behavior I want to condone. Not in this club. I'm sure you'd understand that. Yuri's breathing starts to really intensify. Even though I somewhat expected it this time, seeing it with my own eyes is making me feel strange. Oh God, Monica, please don't do this to me. I have to, Yuri. I can't, within good conscience, allow you to keep... I want to get better. I want to try. You have to give me a second chance, Monica, please. Please. This club means the world to me. I really want to get better, Monica, I really do. You have to give me this chance. What the... Just like with Sayori, I'm starting to feel... Yuri, I'm sorry, Yuri. Gently grabbed my left arm. I was just doing what I thought was right. I just want to keep this club a safe place for everyone. I hadn't realized you felt this way about it. No, I have to do something. I can't just stand by and watch anymore. How about you take a break from the club then? What do you mean? Just take a short leave from the club. It should help you figure yourself out. It's what I do, personally speaking. I'd probably cause more problems for the rest of you. Maybe I just won't come back at all. If that's how you feel, then I won't be against that. You have to do what makes you happy. But I miss you all so much. You really don't understand, Monica. You've really made this club a safe space for me. I don't really feel like I fit in anywhere else in school. Oh? Somehow I find that hard to believe. Pretty girl like you shouldn't have too much trouble finding friends. I guess you still don't know me enough then. Trust me, I know more than you may think. Then you know that I really do struggle to make friends? Well, sure. Still, you probably attract the attention of all the boys around school. Have you noticed how Bob has been acting around you? What do you mean? Come on, Yuri, you're a smart girl. Surely you've noticed that Bob has already been trying to stuck up to you ever since Yuri's accident. I'm sure that's just between him and I, Monica. I'd appreciate if this conversation couldn't carry on any further, please. Yuri, you're not... You do know how much that would break Yuri's heart, right? Suddenly she wipes her tears away and looks directly at me. Okay, Monica, I don't appreciate that type of accusation being thrown at me. Oh, sorry. I just don't want any more drama to start because of how close you guys seem to be getting. Okay, Monica, I'll take your advice then. I'll take a break from the club. I don't know if I'll come back. Take your time. Don't feel forced to come back if you don't feel ready. Thank you for putting up with someone like me and allowing me to stay here for as long as I did. Yuri quickly gathers her things and walks out of the room, graceful as ever. Sit down at the desk in front of the room and let out a sigh. Why was that so difficult to carry out? In any case, I succeeded. Now all I have to do is make sure that things don't get out of hand. Okay, I know it's fucked for me to say this, but I kind of like Monica's character in this mod. It's really, you know, like behind the scenes, fiddling with your thumbs and whatnot. And just conniving, you know? It's really good, I like it. I nervously allow Sayori into my room and close the door behind me. Phew, I still can't get over that ending to that movie. Nah, I thought it was okay. I mean, it's hard to take the movie seriously when one guy takes on 50 other guys at one time. Ah, John Wick.
Shiori smirks and giggles to herself. What?
That sounds dirty.
What? Oh. Come on, Sayori. You know I didn't mean to come it out like that.
Sure, Bob. There isn't anything you'd like to tell me, is there?
What? No. You know what I meant, dummy.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, silly.
Besides, him being able to beat up so many guys like that is the whole point, isn't it?
I mean, yeah, but I can't help but get taken out of the movie when I see stuff like that.
Sheesh, everybody's a critic.
Remind me to not show you any more of my favorite movies.
I mean, if they're anything like that one, you'd be doing me a favor.
Shiori sticks out her tongue at me and gently smacks my arm. Shiori walks in a little further into my room and plops herself down on the floor. Why, there's a bed and a chair right there. She gently pats her hand on the carpet and motions for me to sit down next to her. Come here, Bob. Sit with me.
Sure, I'll just pretend this isn't a very comfortable bed just a few steps away then. Sit myself down next to Shiori and let out a sigh.
Well, are you going to turn on the TV?
What? We just finished watching an entire movie.
I just like the background noise.
Alright, then I'll put something random on. Reach over and grab the TV remote off the shelf. Turn it on and start switching around random channels. Though the corner of my eye catch Shiori rubbing 2 fingers along her neck bruise. Shiori?
What's up?
Put on a random sitcom and lower the volume to a minimum so it isn't too distracting. We never got to talking about your therapy session today. Would you like to talk about it?
Oh, sure. It was a good session. I think I learned a lot about myself.
Oh, yeah? Well, let's start there.
Okay. So today's session focused a lot on my past rather than what I'm currently going through. She said that remembering the person I was from my past is a good starting point to self-improvement in the present. Of course, well, it's really hard for me to think about my past.
Really? Is there anything bad that happened?
Yeah.
Shiori suddenly gets quiet. I've learned that when she does this, it's not best to pester her, since she's most likely thinking about what to say next.
It's hard because you weren't there.
Oh? What does that mean? Like, you mean there at the session? I don't know if that...
No, I meant there as in my past.
Oh.
Ugh, I knew I messed up. I shouldn't have told you that.
I'm still so selfish.
No, you're not. Please don't focus on that right now, okay? Just talk about the good things. You just said it was a good session, remember?
Shiori takes a deep breath and exhales slowly.
Alright, so after that, she talked to me about how one's past doesn't truly define who you are. The actions and decisions you've made can have an effect on it, of course. But she said that even after all that, you are still just as capable of creating a better future for yourself. She said that it isn't very easy to forget about that, and very hard to keep reminding ourselves of it as well.
Yeah, I do agree with that.
So after explaining my past to her, she told me that the first step into solving a problem is recognizing where and when it started.
I think I understand. So I assume you went back to a time where your depression started to get worse?
Not really. That's part of it, but that's not where I wanted to start.
Shiori slowly points to her neck and it all becomes clear to me now. She's facing the action that she took. I can't really begin to imagine how difficult that must be. I see. That's gotta be really tough, huh?
The toughest. Bob, Bob, I'm so sorry for everything. I didn't mean to hurt anybody. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't want to die. I really didn't. But I didn't want to live in this pain anymore. I just wanted it to stop. It's a type of pain that nobody can really see. And if I ever showed the parts of myself, I'd put that same pain on others.
I don't think that's true at all, Shiori.
But that's the thing, Bob. I can't believe something like that. My brain won't let me. It just felt like I had no other options left.
Shiori lets her body fall into my arms as she's crying into my shirt. I don't know what to do other than to hug her and hold her close to me. This isn't the first time this has happened, and I don't know if I'm doing the right thing by constantly asking her to talk about these things. Is it okay to talk about this when you've only happened a few weeks ago? Shiori's tear continued to soak into my shirt as her body convulses? Interesting. With every breath.
I've caused so much trouble for you and the others, especially Monica.
gently rub her back. You're doing a good job, Siri. She sniffles and lets out a sigh. What? You're doing good. I'm glad you're here with me talking about this.
It's really hard because every part of my body is telling me I shouldn't.
And yet, you still talked about your feelings with me. That's amazing.
Is it?
Siri breaks from my embrace and sits upright. You're a very strong girl for doing this. And I should tell you that you truly mean a lot to the others as well. Do you remember Yuri and Natsuki visiting? She only nods. And Monica? Well, I think she cares about you too. She's just a bit weird in showing it.
But you get what I mean.
Siri wipes away her tears and takes a deep breath. Siri stares to the distance, clearly thinking about the things that I can't even begin to guess on.
This is all so funny, you know?
It is?
Yeah, we've been hanging out together so much more often now. It's all because you care about me, right?
Well, duh, why wouldn't I?
I guess. I just wish that maybe we could have spent more time with each other before all this. Kinda almost feels like you were only here because you feel like you need to be.
Realize now what she's getting at. She's starting to think I'm only here because of what happened, rather than by my own volition. Wait, Sari, you do know that I've been thinking of trying to spend more time with you even before all of this, right? Surely you believe me, right?
I want to. It's just not right now, okay?
She gives me a pleading smile, almost as if she really wants me to stop talking about this. Alright. There's a pretty long pause between us, but it doesn't feel awkward.
Jesus Christ. That's way too loud. Ugh. Why does it scare me?
No.
I wonder. I thought Cycle has died. Yeah, same.
Said it almost feels like there's a shared level of understanding now sweeping the room.
That's what she said.
How would that work?
I should really disable these during like Doki Doki streams, because this is just not a good category to have like sound bites enabled.
I'm burping like crazy, Jesus.
Well, let me get some water. Let me get it out of my system.
I guess I just want to show Siri that I'm trying to understand her, even when I really don't. All the while, Siri is trying to understand her own feelings. I look over at my phone to check the time, realizing it's getting quite late. Hey, I got an idea, and I think you'll like this one.
Oh, what is it?
So, it's been quite a while since we had a real sleepover, hasn't it?
Huh? What do you mean?
You've already slept over at my house a bunch of times.
Well, I meant,
Well, shoot, I was hoping this wouldn't sound weird, but right as I think about saying it out loud, it sounds pretty damn weird. I mean, you remember the sleepovers we used to have together, right? When we were kids? Please know what I'm talking about. I really don't want to have to explain.
Not really. But I can try and explain it, Bob.
Oh, she knows exactly what I'm talking about now. Man, you really had to do me like this, huh?
All part of the fun.
Fine. I'm talking about the days where you came over and we... You know...
Uh-huh. What is it I know?
Geez, she really puts me in a spot at this time. Those days when we slept together. There!
You really up to said it.
Is that all you wanted from me? Was that the psychological warfare right there? Siri, cheese.
All part of my plan. So, do you want to ask me anything else?
Man. Yeah, I'll just come out and say it at this point. You want to sleep over with me tonight, like we used to as kids?
What?
I didn't think you'd actually be able to ask me.
Nah, well, look who's all flustered now. Gently poke her cheek, which is so red, it felt warm to the touch.
No, fair. I had you first.
Well, consider us even then. Now, you want to get ready for bed or not?
Sure. Let me wash up a little bit first, okay?
Is it okay if I use your shower? Of course, I don't want your stinky body all over my clean bed sheets. Siri sticks her tongue out before leaving towards my bathroom. Quickly get up and rush to make sure my bed is ready for her.
Damn, are we really doing this?
Is it even the right thing for me to do? We're not even dating, but I don't know, it just feels right to me.
And these are friends. Yeah, they're still quote-unquote friends. We're getting to that point. It's kind of funny to think about. As kids, these types of things aren't even given a second thought. We just think of it as normal and fun to do. Getting older really does suck. There, all cleaned up. Pick up my phone and... Oh, it's Yuri. Oh. Uh-oh. We didn't tell Yuri about Yuri. I can already see where this is going. This is some bullshittery. Huh. Wasn't really expecting a message from her so quickly.
Thank you for today.
Of course, I'll see you tomorrow. She doesn't really respond back to that. She only sends a thumbs up emoji, and that's the end of that conversation. I do hope she's right. Guess that's 2 girls I'm worried about now, and I'm almost certain it's not the healthiest thing in the world to have on my mind at all the time. This man got some riz, though. I mean, he's just the emotional support donkey. He's carrying these bitches on his back. They're not bitches, of course. It was just a word I used. Poor word. Let me add that. I heard the door open and quickly turned around towards it.
Ah, your shower's really nice, Bob. Very relaxing.
It is? Huh. I guess I would have ever noticed it. It's been the same shower I've had for years. You ready for bed? Siri nods and walks over and takes the rightmost side of the bed. Flip the lights off and hop into bed next to her, making sure she has enough room to move around. Ah, cute. I lay over my side and Siri does the same. So, you comfy?
Mm-hmm. Good.
Okay, now it's a little awkward.
So, how was the club meeting today? Wasn't boring without me, was it?
Well, it was interesting to say the least.
That's good. What'd you guys do?
Well, as you know, we postponed the poem reading, so, I look away from Siri a short moment.
Hey, you aren't hiding anything from me, are you?
What? Me hiding? No, of course not.
Just, well, we actually didn't really do much. There was a lot of talking about future things to do for the club, but nothing too crazy, honestly.
We did talk about Monica not really having any backup for the plans for the club due to your absence.
Oh, really? Shoot, I should have made up some plans then, huh?
Oh, no, don't worry about that. We all agreed that it isn't supposed to be your responsibility.
All right, I guess it makes things easier for me then.
Stay silent for a little while. My eyes begin to wander around, and I only ever find myself glancing at Sarah's body.
Hey, Bob.
What? Why are you looking at me like that?
My eyes are up here.
Huh? Don't make this weird unless you want to sleep in this bed all by yourself.
That doesn't sound so bad. Your bed is a lot bigger than mine.
Sierra and I laugh together.
Some things never change, huh?
Yeah. It's nice though, really.
You think so? I really hope I'm not imposing by sleeping in your bed.
Not at all. It was my idea after all. Just don't hog all the sheets for yourself and we won't have any problems.
Can't make any promises.
Hey, Bob, calm down with them eyes, Bob. They're not my eyes. They're his eyes.
Let's get some sleep. I don't want to be late tomorrow.
Right.
Good night, Sari. Good night, Bob. Sleep well.
Huge. Your name, fella? Ha, luckily it's an alias. Bob is not my real name. It fucked. I'm not getting that pinned on me. Nuh-uh. I don't know whose voice this is. I'm thinking Sayori?
You saved me. Why? I didn't deserve your kindness then. I don't deserve it now. Yet you're still here, by my side. I'm thankful for you. I'm always saying I don't need your help. I'm always saying to let me go. But deep down, I want you to stay here with me. Because as much as it hurts me, I know you mean well by it. I'm glad you're my best friend, Bob.
This game still bores me. Well, it's a lot of reading in it. Not all into that. Don't worry about it. You don't have to be. This is purely for my own pleasure. Entertainment is a better word for it. I really should have said entertainment. Another day, another dollar. At least I think that's how the expression goes. I want to see some stuff. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really make much sense when I don't get paid to go to school, does it? I still can't believe you got so shocked about the way I eat my cereal, Bob. See, Yuri, you must understand. Microwaving cereal is certainly not the norm. So, it's okay to be a little weird sometimes. Yeah, you're definitely right on that. And here we are, first period. Good luck today, all right? Of course. See you at lunch. Okay, hold on. Had somebody fly in from the window, for the love of God. Request answered. Anyway, turn my back around and head towards my first period, which just how happens to be... Whoop.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean...
Yuri? Hey, it's just me. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Yuri takes a deep breath in and out, calming herself down.
Good morning, Bob. Sorry for bumping into you. It's sort of becoming a way of introducing ourselves to each other, isn't it?
Yeah, it's no big deal. You feeling all right?
Oh, yes. I'm feeling quite alright. It's a lovely morning, isn't it?
Yep. Today's shaping up to be an absolutely beautiful. Don't you just love days like these? Yuri nods as she just adjusts her bag around her shoulder and straightens out her blazer. How about a walkie to class? Mine is on the way there anyway.
No, I'm alright.
Wait, you're... And just like that, she disappeared down the hallway. Guess I can't really blame her though, considering what just happened yesterday. I probably should have given her some more space. Still, I guess I can't help but worry about her. I adjust my uniform and head back towards my class. So, that's why I believe Parfait Girls should be a part of the club's literature collection.
Honestly, I'm actually considering it. You seem so passionate about it. Yeah, I like the sound of that. You should have to let me read it sometime.
Nice that you both are coming around to see manga for what it really is. It really does feel like something's missing though. Is it me? I know I came in a little late, but I overheard the conversation. Placed my things down on a desk nearby and joined the group. Sure, Bob, it's you. Are you into manga just as much as I am? Oh, well, yeah, but what does it have to do with anything? I was just talking about Yuri. She usually she'd argue with me about manga and stuff, but and she just isn't here. It's hard to explain.
I guess you were just used to her arguing with you. Her not being here is very noticeable.
Wait, why isn't she here? I just saw her earlier this morning, and when I saw her again at lunchtime...
Yuri came to me yesterday after the club meeting was over. As it turns out, she's actually quite bored with the club. She came to me explaining her concerns, and she asked if she could take a short leave for a while. I tried to ask her what I could have done to make things better, but yeah, unfortunately, there was nothing I could say or do to convince her otherwise.
Yuri left? That doesn't make sense. Not after she emphasized how much she wanted to stay in the club no matter what. Something isn't right here. Unless Monica is saying these things to protect her? Does she know about what happened yesterday too? Ugh, I knew it. Can't really say I'm surprised.
I am, Monica. How come you didn't tell me about this? We could have helped her together. Sorry, Sayori. I just didn't want to put this on you.
I'm not sure what I can say here that would have given me away, other than the fact that I saw her earlier today, I guess. She seemed completely content with herself this morning. We had a nice conversation about weather, which is the most interesting in the world, but it's relatively normal. That's my point.
Well, it doesn't change things either way. She's gone for the time being. I wouldn't say she is no longer a member, though. I feel like she'll come around eventually. We just have to do our best to make sure she's well accommodated the next time she's here, you know?
Yeah, alright then. I'll buy that. Natsuki's tone is a little different from before.
It's not going to feel the same without her, though. I'd feel bad if we started having fun without her. Maybe I can talk to her after this is over. She told me pretty explicitly that no one should bother her about this. Those were her wishes, and we should respect them.
That's Sayori and Natsuki both not in agreement. Now feeling like the minority in this situation. I also follow suit. However, I can't help but feel like something isn't right here. Almost like I'm missing something very important piece of this puzzle. Yeah, Monica's a skank. Can't do this. The rest of the meeting goes by pretty uneventfully, and after just a few short conversations with each other, Monica decides to cut the meeting short. Okay, everyone. Again, I'm very sorry I had to cut today's meeting short. I still need some time to rework my plans to accommodate for Yuri's absence. I was thinking we'd share poems tomorrow. The show must go on, right? Yeah, I guess you're right. But it still doesn't make my feels any less wrong. We'll just have to live with it for now. That's the best we can do. Does anybody have any other questions about the future club plans? We all shake our heads in unison, even Natsuki, who has remained relatively quiet since the meeting started. Great. Thanks for listening. Bob, I'd like to speak with you in private, if that's all right. Oh, sure. You can head home if you'd like, Yuri, but that shouldn't take long. Sure, Bob. Just call me when you get home. Come on, Natsuki, let's walk together. Sure, why not? So what is it you wanted to talk about? Going to take a guess and say it's about Yuri? Well, yeah, actually. See, there are a few things you need to know about her if you continue trying to be her friend anyway. Okay. Where is this going? First things first. Yuri is, well, she can be a bit obsessive. She's the type to get really attached to anything that gives her attention. She's also known for partaking in some eccentric methods to relax and such. She's talked to me about a certain aspect of her life that seems to tell me that she's got a lot going on in it. Second monitor is about to go off due to inactivity, excuse me. What I'm trying to say is being her friend probably isn't the best route to take right now. Okay. And why should you be the one to tell me who my friend should and shouldn't be? Who are you to make those decisions for me? I'm not. I'm simply telling you that being friends with Yuri would be an extra burden on you. You have Yuri to handle, remember? I'll make my own decisions on that front, Monica. But I appreciate your concern. I walk past Monica and get her my things. What does she think she is, telling me that I can't be friends with someone just because they're a little different? This is the type of thing Yuri was talking about, being treated differently just because she's got stuff going on. But being told to just leave her be? Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Also, just ignoring the fact that Yuri told us that we were the first to know about her whole situation. She did not mention Monica. And we know, like, how Monica's acting in, like, the club, that she also kind of knows. But now she's just come right out and said it, which is just make either Yuri a liar, which wouldn't be sensible, because she was very vulnerable in that situation, and she was just letting it all, pour out. There's just so many red flags to Monica. This is, like, the first red flag that I think the character should have like, noticed. We're like, what? But it's a bit too early in the story, I agree. But I'd be lying if I said that Yuri's situation didn't bother me. It's been on my mind for the last day and a half. But not being friends with someone just because they're a little different? I'm surprised Monica would even say something like that. Why? I shake my head. Probably won't figure out anything just by standing here. Grab my things and out the door. Ooh! Oh boy. Okay. What the? Hey, Bob. You didn't take too long. I didn't. I'm surprised you guys decided to wait for me here, though. Natsuki said she wanted to talk to us both. Something about Yuri, right? Keep your voice down. Let's go somewhere else to talk about this. I don't want Monica to hear this. Hey, keeping secrets from Monica isn't nice. We're all friends, aren't we? This is different, okay? Let's just go, all right? Come on, Yuri. I'm sure you can tell you can let this one slide this time, right? Yes, of course. I was only kidding. Where are we going? So, what is it you wanted to talk to us about? Look, I'm not the kind of girl to go talking about people's backs. But this is a bit different now. I don't think Monica is being 100% truthful about Yuri and why she left. Eh? Yeah. Yuri and I hang out sometime, and yesterday she didn't seem like herself. I mean, she's usually pretty distant, but this time she was really distant. Like something bad had happened or something. That's when she told me she's been taking a break from the club for a while. Said not to pester her about any more details because, honestly, she seemed really upset. And I didn't really want to push her buttons. I don't want to judge her when she's not even here, but Yuri is not exactly the easiest person to talk to.
Or rather, to get her to talk, if you get what I mean. So, there's no way I try and ask her for more personal details. All I know is she's got some stuff going on and Monica isn't being truthful about why she left. One thing is for sure, though, she's not bored with the club or any of the nonsense Monica just gave. I may not have known that for long, but I've known her long enough to know that if she's ready to talk, she'd talk. Trying to get her to open up about something personal so quickly would probably do more harm than good. It's probably best if we let her clear her head.
Clear her head. Somehow that sounds familiar. I agree. That's probably the best idea. It's getting harder and harder to really keep up the idea that I know about what's going on with Yuri, though. Well, Yuri and I aren't exactly close either. The least I can do is maybe try and convince her to tell someone else about it. It's pretty clear that Natsuki does care about Yuri. She just doesn't show it all too often.
Also, what if Monica just made that up to protect Yuri? What do we know that she doesn't know what Yuri's going through?
We don't, but I want to clear things up with the both of you. Yuri's not bored with this club. I guess I just wish she'd tell me what is on her mind. Sure, she needs some time to figure out how to tell you.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that it's something pretty serious, and that she needs more time figuring out stuff herself before she can tell anybody else. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I'll hit her up when I get home. Just worried that my dad won't let me talk to her.
Strict parents?
Yeah, you could say that. Speaking of which, I should start heading home. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. And hey, let's all hang out with Yuri tomorrow at lunch. At lunchtime? I've been getting sick of my other friends lately anyways.
Sounds like a wonderful idea.
Can you bring some cookies? Fine, I'll see you'll have some time to make some today.
We both wave to Natsuki and start heading towards the other direction. So that turned out way more interesting than I thought it would.
Yeah, but poor Yuri. She must be feeling really bad if she decided to take a break from the club. Can't help but feel like I should be doing something for her.
Yeah, I get that. I agree. As you said, probably best to let her figure things out on her own.
Yeah.
How long have you and Yuri known each other anyway? Like before the club?
Me and Yuri? Not long, actually. I got to know her a little bit when the club started.
I see.
Still, I guess I'm just worried about her. She really did care about this club. So her taking a break must mean it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
Plus, I feel like it's my moral obligation as vice president to care about my club members.
Something tells me you'd care about her regardless of your position.
Maybe.
Yuri and I continue walking down the hallway in silence. It's really hard to talk about this sort of thing when I know everything about it. As much as I'd like to tell Sayori, that's not really an option. I don't want to break Yuri's trust, nor do I want to make Sayori worry about her. More than she already does, anyway. Think of it this way, Sayori. She's got Natsuki by her side, and I'm sure Yuri will confide in her where she's comfortable. So I don't think you should worry too much, okay?
Yeah, I think you're right, Bob. We'll be seeing her tomorrow anyway.
Sayori and I reach the exit to make our way home. Probably stay over at Sayori's for a bit again, just to help her with her homework. I wonder if I should tell Sayori about what Monica told me, though. It really just didn't seem like something she'd normally say. What's going on between her and Yuri, I wonder?
That is the question. Yay!